hi.
Hi.
Say, we're going to read Peppa Pig.
Hi, Peppa Pig.
All right, we're going to read 5-minute Peppa stories.
No.
Yeah, Peppa Pig stories.
I'm a baby.
Here we go.
Peppa Pig, what?
The Tooth Fairy.
Peppa Pig, what?
She's going to lose her tooth?
Yeah.
Once upon a time, there was a clever little pig named Peppa. She was very proud of her teeth. Yeah, brush your teeth. Peppa and her brother George knew how to take care of their teeth. They brushed them every morning and every evening. Can you make Peppa Pig sound? Do it again so everybody can see you do it. Brush, brush, brush. Very good. Peppa and George loved playing dentist. Peppa would pretend to be the dentist and George would be her assistant. George's toy dinosaur was the patient. "What lovely clean teeth you have, Mr. Dinosaur," Peppa said. Peppa smiled. "Grrr," said George. Yeah. One day, after playing their dentist game, Peppa and George were eating their dinner.
Mom.
What?
Oh, Peppa, what?
I know, you have to wait. Suddenly, something fell onto Peppa's plate. Clatter, clatter. Clatter, clatter. I can't make the sound. It made Peppa jump. "What's that?" she asked. "Oh, it's a tooth," Daddy Pig laughed.
Mommy.
"But where is it from?" asked Peppa. Gotta show the pictures so everybody can see the pictures. Look, her tooth fell right onto her plate. Look at that.
Papa, Daddy.
Yeah. "Why don't you look in the mirror?" said Mummy Pig. Peppa looked. She had a big gap in her teeth. "Oh no!" Peppa cried. "Do we need to go to see Dr. Elephant?" Oh. "No," said Mummy Pig. "It's just a baby tooth. It's meant to fall out."
No, I don't think it.
Look at that. It's just like when Bro lost his tooth when it came out the other day. Huh? Yeah, I know.
Mommy, Dad.
"A baby tooth? What's that?" asked Peppa. "A baby tooth is a tooth that falls out when you're young," explained Mummy Pig. "A new one will grow in its place." Okay, shh. I have to read. "What should I do with my baby tooth?" asked Peppa. "If you place it under your pillow, the tooth fairy will come. She will take your tooth and leave you a shiny new coin," said Mummy Pig. Look at that. And there's the tooth fairy. Just like the tooth fairy came last night and took Judah's tooth, huh?
Mom,
What?
do baby nada.
Yeah, the tooth fairy did come. Listen, that evening, while Peppa watched the television with her family, she kept thinking about the tooth fairy.
Mom.
"When I grow up, I want to be a tooth fairy," said Peppa. Daddy Pig chuckled. "Oh, what about you, George?" asked Daddy. Shh. George pointed at his dinosaur. "Dinosaur," he growled.
What?
That's right. Oh, I love you too, baby. "Come on, George," shouted Peppa. "We don't want to miss the tooth fairy." They both ran up the stairs to get ready for bed. "What are you doing, Peppa?" asked the Daddy Pig. Peppa was carefully brushing her baby tooth. "I want it to be nice and clean for the tooth fairy," said Peppa. There we go. Peppa tucked the tooth under her pillow. "Are you sure the tooth fairy will be able to find it?" she asked. "I promise," said Mummy Pig. "Just you wait and see." "Good night, Peppa and George." "Good night, Mummy. Good night, Daddy."
Good night, Papa. Good night, George.
Good night, Peppa. Good night, George. Very good. Oh, there we go.
Papa, do it down. Be a die.
I'm going to wait up all night for the Tooth Fairy, Peppa said. George, let's not go to sleep. George smiled and nodded. Peppa waited and waited.
Mom.
Somebody's sleeping. Who it is? Let me finish reading. Hold on. Don't tell everybody the answer. She could hear something. Is that the Tooth Fairy? Peppa wondered. George, she whispered. Did you hear that? Can you see the Tooth Fairy? She climbed down to look at George. He was fast asleep. It was him making the noise. Oh my gosh, look at that. It was George being noisy and snoring while he's sleeping. Do you snore when you sleep?
I do big.
Oh, okay. I am much better at staying awake than George, Peppa sighed. She settled back in her bed. After a while, her eyes started to close. She quickly opened them again. I am going to stay awake and see the Tooth Fairy, Peppa said to herself firmly. But soon she was asleep. No, now Peppa's snoring. Tinkle, tinkle. What was that?
Dory.
What is it? What's making that noise?
Dory.
What is this?
Baby.
Tooth Fairy. That's right. Very good. It was the Tooth Fairy. Hello, Peppa, she whispered. Would you like a coin in exchange for your tooth? The Tooth Fairy gently took Peppa's tooth out from under the pillow and put a shiny coin in its place. What a lovely clean tooth, the Tooth Fairy said. Thank you very much. Flutter, flutter, flutter. She flew away. Flutter, flutter, flutter. She took the tooth and she put a coin under her pillow and she flew away. The next morning, Peppa found the shiny coin under her pillow. Mummy, the Tooth Fairy did come after all, she shouted, jumping up and down. Oh, I wish I had seen the Tooth Fairy, Peppa sighed. Next time, I'm definitely going to stay awake all night. The end. The end. Do we want to read the next story? One more?
No,
Want to read about George's balloon? Or that's it? Okay. One more story. George's new balloon.
No, that was boo.
Dinosaur. Peppa and George are driving home with Granny and Grandpa Pig when they see Miss Rabbit's ice cream stall. Let's stop for ice cream, says Granny Pig. Okay. Yeah, ice cream cone. Why not, says Grandpa Pig. I think we deserve it.
Hooray! Mama.
Peppa, Granny, and Grandpa Pig choose their ice cream. George is next. Dinosaur, roar, says George. I think George... Oh, wait, it's Miss Rabbit speaking. I think George wants a dinosaur balloon, says Miss Rabbit. All right, how much is it? Grandpa Pig says. $10, please, says Miss Rabbit.
Oh,
$10 for a dinosaur balloon. Are they going to give it to him? Let's see. Grandpa Pig thinks the balloon is a bit expensive, but he buys it for George. He got it. Hold on tight to it, Miss Rabbit says. But George lets go and the balloon starts to float away. Grandpa Pig quickly grabs the string. This is very valuable, George. I'll hold it on the way home, says Grandpa Pig. He let go of it and Grandpa Pig had to catch it. Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay. Outside Granny and Grandpa Pig's house, George plays with his balloon. George, says Peppa, this is an up balloon, and if you let it go again, it will go up to the moon.
No.
Moon, cries George, and he lets the balloon go. The balloon goes up and up, but Grandpa Pig catches it just in time. Just in time. Look at that. Okay. Let go. Peppa and George have gone indoors to keep the balloon safe. Hello, Polly, says Peppa. George has got a new balloon. Squawk, cries Polly. Balloon! Both Polly and George love the balloon. There's Polly saying balloon.
My puppy.
Almost done. Oh no! George cries, letting go of the balloon. The balloon floats all the way out to the door. Oh, I'm sorry. The balloon floats all the way out the door, up the stairs, and into the attic. Don't worry, it's safe in here, says Peppa. The only way out of the attic... Oh, I'm sorry. The only way out of the attic is the window, says Granny Pig. And the window is always shut. But the window is not shut. The balloon escapes outside. Oh no, the balloon is outside. Look, it got outside. It's going away. What's going to happen? Your balloon is going to the moon, George, says Peppa. Yeah. I know. Don't tell everybody what's going to happen. Wah! Cries George. Just then, Daddy Pig arrives to take them home. Oh dear, says Daddy Pig. There must be some way we can get the balloon back, cries Granny Pig. Squawk! Balloon, says Polly Parrot.
Mama.
Do you think Polly's going to get the balloon?
Mm-hmm.
I think Polly's a girl. She's going to save it? Let's see. Polly flies high up into the sky and catches the balloon string in her beak. Polly to the rescue, cries Grandpa Pig. Polly Parrot has saved the day. Hooray! George cheers. Who's a clever Polly, says Granny Pig. Who's a clever Polly, repeats Polly Parrot. It's almost done. Look, Polly saved the balloon. George, don't let go of your balloon again, says Peppa. Daddy Pig has an idea. I'll tie the balloon to your wrist, George, he says. That will stop it from floating away. And look, there he is tying the balloon to George's wrist. He's tying it right there so it won't float away, just like we do for you guys. George is very happy. He loves his balloon. Everyone is happy his balloon was rescued. Snort. Can you do it? Can you make Peppa Pig sound? No, not right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, do it. Very good. The end. And that is it